drop it.
Is that all right?
That's a wrap.
"15 years ago, I attended my first Coldwell Banker International Business Conference. That's what we called GenBlue before it was GenBlue. As this was my first job with a global brand, I marveled at the spectacle of it all. I remember sitting in the second to last row of the audience. As a 23-year-old, I had mixed feelings of wanting to sit in the back with the cool kids who were part of the brand at the time and fit in, but also this sense of wanting to sit in the front row, to be close to the action as the marketing presentation was about to be delivered. I sat there watching that giant screen as the television campaign was being unveiled and wondered if someday I would ever be able to do something like that. At the time, it was one of those far-off dreams, but the thought of being on stage as the head of marketing for a legendary brand was motivating. So to be here right now, in front of 6,000 members of the greatest real estate network in the world, is for me a dream come true. Thank you. So much has changed since that first event and where we are now. For me personally, in 2002, I was childless and just recently married. Look at that baby face. And who let these two kids get married is my question. Well, that's gone now, as I have 4 boys. Yes, that's Cole, Owen, Wyatt, and Logan, smallest to tallest. And I have 4 boys and more than a few gray hairs to go with it. But as a brand, 15 years ago, we were promoting an ad campaign where agents danced on tables with their clients. Today, we not only have a campaign beloved by our network, but by the entire industry and consumers, which, if we haven't told you enough already, is also the highest rated real estate ad of all time. Yes. Back then, we would talk about the need to add photos to listings on ColdwellBanker.com. Today, many of you, like Jessica Edwards, Christoph Chu, Tim Smith, are producing original video content and even virtual reality tours of listings. We've gone from showcasing printed listing presentations to using big data with CBX to win listings. But in spite of all this change, one thing has remained the same. Through economic swings, interlopers entering our industry, and technological breakthroughs, you, the GenBlue network, has stayed the course. Perhaps your appearance, like mine, has changed, but what hasn't is the fact that you continue to drive the most successful brand in real estate. You have helped this brand stand the test of time to celebrate 111 years of helping people find a place to call home. I truly believe a brand is a story that is told every single day, not just by its message, but by its people. And this got me thinking, what is it about our story, our people, our brand, that has allowed it to not just stand the test of time, but to continue to succeed? Interestingly enough, science gave me the answer. It comes down to our DNA. We may come from different backgrounds and upbringings. We reside in different corners of the world with differences in appearance and desires. But studies have shown that who we surround ourselves with and who we associate with are those who have similar genetic markers. You've heard the phrase, birds of a feather flock together. It's an idiom based in truth. But what draws people to Coldwell is beyond just the outward appearance of what seems to be. It's almost as if we were born to be part of this. While our chemical makeup sets us on a common path, the other side of this story is that each of us possess shared values that are core to our brand, and that is what truly draws us together. Coldwell Banker is a brand that was founded on trust, integrity, and awesomeness, but at times we lose sight of these because we get caught up in the day-to-day distractions of our work. But what I see in our brand's DNA is an opportunity for us to truly stand out in this crowded and often crazy industry. It's a way for us to continue to succeed, not just at a brand level, but in your day-to-day businesses as well. At our core, We are a brand that goes above and beyond for the sake of the seller. That is the reason Colbert Coldwell started this company back in 1906. He saw sellers being swindled by those focused solely on making a buck, and he wouldn't stand to see his customers being taken advantage of. It wasn't just that Coldwell had conviction, it was that he did something about it. And not just on an occasion. He made it the very fabric and foundation of his business. He went above and beyond for his customers, and he expected the same of those he hired. I was reminded of Coldwell's actions recently as I saw them mirrored by Coldwell Banker Bain agent Krista Kenner. Krista is a new agent in Bellingham, Washington, and she's had her license for just over a year now. Earlier this year, she sold her very first home and decided to write about it. Her story is one of the best you'll hear about in real estate today. You see, Krista got her first listing by knocking on a door. The owner mentioned how she and her husband had already had an agent, but invited Krista in to see the place anyway. After showing the home, the woman suggested that maybe Krista should stick around and talk with her and her husband when he got home. A few weeks later, Krista was the listing agent. But this home wasn't just any old home. Old, it certainly was, but listen to what Krista had to say about it. Quote, "When I started working with the Fisher family, who was selling their mother's home, we had our work cut out for us. It had just undergone a highly trafficked estate sale, and it needed a vision and what I like to call a good spit shine. When I took this project on, I knew I had an opportunity to maximize a sale for a family. I was on scene almost every day for a month, helping this busy family manage the preparation. On site every day for a month. And this is what she was able to do. Not only did Krista perform her own extreme makeover home edition to get this home ready for sale, but she even got her mom in on the action. This is her mom. She painted and refurbished chairs from Goodwill to help stage the home. Who does that today? Actually, I know who does. Krista Kenner with Coldwell Banker Bain. You see, Krista is not your normal agent, and that is a good thing. She's not your normal agent because she's a Coldwell Banker agent who has it in her DNA to go above and beyond for the seller. And her story is one we all should be telling in our own way. Thank you, Krista, for sharing your story. Stand up. You inspire each of us to reflect on how we should be telling our own stories in our own way. Thank you for that. While Kristen is an example of how our story is one of a brand that goes above and beyond for the sellers, it's also in our DNA to push boundaries. Coldwell Banker had the first national website, the first seller disclosure. We were the first who dared to enter this domain known as Facebook before anyone else. We developed skills for the Amazon Echo, defined the smart home, invented video listings, and the list goes on and on. We continue to dominate in the social media space where consumers engage with our content and your listings in upwards of 80 million times. Our videos, they've been viewed over 65 million times in 2017 alone. The way we use CBX to create audience profiles, to target videos of listings at a specific buyer profile is the best one-to-one marketing tactic out there today in any industry. And speaking of CBX, this year we launched version 3.0, which incorporates the entire listing experience into the app. And then we made CBX accessible to anyone with a browser when we launched our web version at cbx.coldwellbanker.com. Over 60,000 presentations have been created for listings from $100,000 to multi-million-dollar estates. And while CBX has helped us win listings, in 2018 we will be exploring how it can help us uncover potential listings as well. That's right. What if CBX could help predict what households would be putting their home up for sale in the next 3 to 6 months? Using our data sources and proprietary algorithms, the nerds back at the home office myself included in that statement, are mapping out a way to use big data to drive seller leads to our agents and offices. Boom. That's pushing boundaries. That's pushing boundaries for our agents' business. Now, CBX is a tool that pushes boundaries and sets us apart, but even though we are a brand of diverse people and origins, there is a need for a unified experience with customers. There's a level of service expected when working with a Coldwell Banker agent, and perception is often reality in the eyes of the consumer. So it's time we did something to enhance the visuals of our brand and rally around the idea that there is power in having a common voice, look, and feel when showcasing ourselves in the marketplace. We have completely revamped the look of our listing presentation to make it the best presentation of what a Coldwell agent has to offer. Completely customizable and flexible to your local company needs, uses bold typography, modern design. We're not just stopping at the listing presentation. Our postcards, business cards, and soon all of our digital and traditional offerings will have this fresh new design to help us stand above the rest. The new listing presentation, postcards, and stationery are all available right now on CB Exchange. Not only are we a brand that goes above and beyond for the seller, one that pushes boundaries for all the right reasons and presents a unified experience to customers across the globe, but lastly, and maybe most importantly, we are a brand of awesomeness. That's right. Some like to call themselves innovative, but Gen Blue, we're beyond that. Awesomeness is something you all personify, and it's something that my team at the home office strives to produce in our marketing efforts every single day. But you know, Coldwell Banker is the most awesome real estate team anyone could play on. And I don't think it's just out of happenstance that our team color is blue. We wear blue, we bleed blue because we are Gen Blue. Blue represents the power of our company, the power of our people, and the power of our team in so many different ways. We have a powerful, one-of-a-kind brand here, a brand that has the most advanced tools and the greatest reputation in the industry, a brand that is built on people like you, who have exceptional integrity and are pillars in your local communities. There's a reason Coldwell Banker has succeeded for over 111 years, while countless other brands, both in our industry and outside it, have failed. I believe it's because we have stayed true to our founders' core values, and we attract those who share them as well. It was American philosopher and author Andrew Bernstein who said, "The hero is the man who lets no obstacle prevent him from pursuing the values he has chosen." Coldwell Banker is the hero of the real estate industry. And it's because we have stayed true to our core values, and they ring true in the heroes and heroines in this audience right now. I could not be more thrilled to lead the amazing marketing team for this great brand, and I hope to inspire all of you to continue on the path of success that we have paved for more than a century. Thank you.